Hello, Aimee, you wonderful human being.
Hi, Gerald, sweetheart. Good to
It's
be here.
it's great to have you here. Everybody who this is Aimee, Mystic Rose Tarot. Links are below. You know the
Hello.
routine. Like and subscribe, it's free, correct? So
Yes, it is. Until
so
YouTube makes changes.
what? YouTube makes changes, Aimee. You're
Ah.
kidding me. When does that happen?
Oh, God. Technology advancements, AI, whatever the latest development,
Yeah.
you know?
Well, and I don't know if you heard this, but I was doing a live with Jane the Seeker, and my iPad decided to die on me. That was about 6 or 7, or probably 6 weeks ago. So bless her, she was so patient. I did my live with her on my phone,
Okay.
and then I was hosting live that afternoon, and I did that on my phone.
It worked out.
It worked. It was very different, and so now I'm the proud owner of a laptop. So now I
Okay.
can do all sorts of new things. So I'm
Yeah.
extra dangerous.
Yeah. I prefer the laptop. It's a happy medium of the iPhone and the iPad. You just
Yes.
got it right here. With the except, well, yeah, you can make calls on the laptop as well.
Yeah. So it works out well. So
Yeah. Look
it's
at everyone.
yes, lots of people. Lisa is
Oh,
here. Kindness and light. Lady
hi.
Silver, good to see you. Beth Aspasia Rising.
Beth.
Red Wing,
Okay.
happy Beltane to you.
Yes, everyone. Happy Beltane.
Yes, and we have Deanne, Blue Crescent Tarot. Kristen Louise is here.
Kristen.
Pia's Life, hello.
Hi, Pia.
And oh, Michelle Marie is here.
Yay.
And I'm going to be on with Michelle Marie and Tanis on Wednesday.
This
So
Wednesday.
yes, this coming
Okay.
Wednesday. Looking forward to it.
Okay.
And
Excellent.
And so, and Jonathan Daly is here. Hello, Jonathan.
Jonathan. Mahalo.
And oh yeah, yeah. No,
You too? You as well?
well, she was having some issues too, but yeah. Oh my gosh, yes, yes, yes.
Uh,
And oh, hi, Lynn. Good to see you. Thank you. And
Excellent. Hello, Lynn.
Emerald Buddha is here. Hello.
Emerald Buddha. I
And
like that. Look at you see her profile photo? That's beautiful.
yes, I like that too. That's quite
That's
good.
beautiful.
And
This one.
Hershey, the shadow reader, is here. Hello.
Hello, Hershey.
And Kathy, Tortoiseshell Moon, is here. It's beautiful. There's been so many wonderful,
Oh,
wonderful people who have started following my channel, and
yes.
it's been wonderful.
Hi,
So
Samantha.
Samantha, hi.
I'm happy people are putting their names because sometimes the titles of people's names are quite long.
Yes, yes, yes.
So it's nice to have that.
So, what are you doing anything for Beltane?
I started yesterday.
Hmm.
I posted a video where I was talking a little bit more of the Taurian energy.
Hmm.
And then I also recorded a reading for Beltane. So both of those episodes are already uploaded, so feel free to take a look at it. So I keep all the lesser Sabbats pretty simple, pretty basic. Candle work. Did you want to say something?
No, no,
Oh,
I'm listening.
candle work, setting intentions, pulling a few cards.
Hmm.
Nothing extravagant. Maybe when the solstice and equinoxes happen, then something bigger. And
Yeah,
I like to celebrate that more in community form. Go out
sure.
to events where they are recognizing those events.
Hmm.
Um, I don't know of any maypoles that were posted anywhere here in Portland, unless it was a private event. But
Yeah.
that would be beautiful to do the dance,
Hmm.
ribbons.
That's so much fun. Zane is here.
Zane,
Toronto,
hi, how are you?
good to see you.
Zane,
And I see Maruda. I don't know if I missed
hi,
Maruda.
Maria.
So yeah, we
Excellent.
had our coven celebrate. We did our Beltane celebration yesterday, and it got cold and it got windy. And then when as it's one of those things when you have 10 witches working together, we can keep this the rain from gushing down.
Yeah.
And what
No
was
fire?
um we didn't have we were at a public park, so we didn't quite have a fire like that.
Okay.
However, what was brilliant is so we did our circle, and then we moved under the shelter. And while we were under the shelter, it rained just in the circle space. It was just like only in that space, in small contained area. It was fascinating.
Wow.
It's fascinating. It was like, oh my gosh.
Was there like a rainbow and the sun out like a few hundred feet away?
We were looking for that. But it's oh, Lady Silver said maypoles are banned in the US, but some people still do them.
Since when?
I haven't heard that. Oh my gosh.
I
Spirit,
mean, if it's private,
yeah,
that's
if
no
it's
one's
yeah.
business.
Spirit Tribe Talks with Deborah is here. I'm assuming that's Deborah.
Hi,
So,
Deborah.
but yeah, we had a lovely time. And in fact, one of the things that we did is we
Oh,
made flower crowns. This one's mine.
oh,
This one is Jeffrey's, and his
oh, look at that.
his mother's favorite flower is the daisy.
Wow,
So
that's
he made,
beautiful.
yeah, it was quite wonderful.
Did
And
you make them before going to the event or you made them
no,
there?
we made them as part of the event.
Okay,
So it was
excellent.
kind of nice. Oh, Candy Soul and Soil is here.
Hey,
Hey,
hey, Miss
Candy.
Candy.
And and you invoked
Water
Varuna.
circle.
Water in your circle. Hey, it works. I mean, it's like and I love it. It's like, yes, Deb or Deborah.
We can be
We all
friends.
be friends. Just won't call you late for dinner, right? Is that the so? And Deanne said daisies are her favorite as well.
Mm,
I have a question. Maypoles were banned in by the Puritans when they came over from England, and perhaps there are still some city ordinances still on the books, but I doubt they're in. Oh, geez.
wow.
So, Hypnocity is here. Hello.
Hi, Hippin City.
So, and I was telling Aimee before we went live, Jeffrey and I are working on our Fay garden, and I've been taking some photos and some videos so I can upload a progress video of that sometime
Right.
early in May. And 3 years ago, when we first dedicated this Fay garden, Jeffrey wrote an invocation for it. And it was he was able to find it, so we'll be able to use that when
Oh,
we do the dedication. Um so we were being silly, and we got a cute little snail, and I put googly eyes on it so that it can go in there. And then we have these little maypoles, things like that, and just fun, bright and sparkly. And
mm,
um, we call it Hosta Gardens. Is the
hosta?
name Hosta because I have hostas in there.
Okay. What are
And
hostas?
uh-huh.
What? No, what are hostas?
Oh, hostas are they're they're
Sorry, I'm throwing it at
no,
you.
no. I mean, it's just they remind me of when I was growing up because they have big green leaves, and then they have shoots of they have a shoot that comes out, and then a white flower at
Oh,
the top. So
okay.
I don't exactly know what their what their what vein they're in or whatever.
Okay. What species?
Yeah.
I didn't
Ah,
visualize that.
Rosemary is here. Good Journeys Tarot. Hello. Wanted to, but it's never happened. You know, you could. It still can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just it's private, you know. And I mean, back in the days when they did the maypole, if you really wanted to do it, you would do it, you know, with no clothes. You just go around because it's all
Yes.
fertility. It's a fertility dance.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So that's probably why it was banned.
Yep. And Hershey just said, just found out what a maypole is. I'm today years old thinking this sounds like fun and want to try it. It's great.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
It
great.
doesn't have to be big. These maypoles are, you know, stories high sometimes. But, you know, you could put a small one in your garden. You could put the ribbons of the
Yep.
seasons, you know, yellow, pink, green, blue, all of those colors.
Yeah.
Just to represent it, you could just have it there for that season.
Yes. Oh, and here we go. Maruta said hosta is a genus of plant commonly known as hostas, plantain lilies, and occasionally by the Japanese
Oh,
name
Jap-
giboshi.
Kaposhi.
Giboshi.
Oh,
Oh, look at that. Thanks, Maruta.
yeah.
I am not planting bleeding hearts. We did, however, we added, gosh, okay. So, full disclosure,
Yeah.
sometimes I am lazy and I don't follow through on things. And in 2020, people gave me a bunch of Lily of the Valley because I was like, oh, I like Lily of the Valley, and I wanted to put it in my garden, and I hadn't, but they were in pots, and of
Mm,
course they were still growing because they're Lily of the Valley. They're
yeah.
beautiful. So we added Lily of the Valley to our Fay garden as well. So,
Nice.
and it's like beautiful. And so yeah, there was yeah, the lily of the valleys, tall spiky flowers that
Bluebells.
bluebells. And oh,
There's a few of these floral plants. That's probably the best way to describe something like that because they're so leafy. They look like a plant, and then you have like a small flower or series of flowers
mhm.
dangling. I think there's wisteria that's up here
Oh,
in the
mhm.
back lot. It's white and it's quite pretty.
Yeah. We were so excited when we saw a large pole go up in the park this weekend. It turned out to be a center post for a pop-up dog park. Well, you could still make it,
Yeah,
you know.
put those ribbons on top. Yeah,
Absolutely. Twisted Sushi is here. Hello.
love that name. Quantum love for all.
So, and
Oh,
and and it is, Aimee and I were talking about it's cold here and it's rainy, and so it's like sometimes it's hard to pay attention to the changes in the seasons
yeah.
because of changes. Peter J. Watts is here. Hello.
Hi, Peter.
I'm arranging music and the ribbons for the maypole. Getting psyched for this weekend. Greetings and salutations, everyone.
Hey.
Peter. So, yeah, I don't have any bluebells,
Mm,
but it's one of those things that it's just I don't know how to describe it, but there's this I because I try to pay attention to the seasonal changes
yeah.
and the energy. And, for me, one of the first signs of spring is the lovely forsythia. We have forsythia. It blooms a bright yellow,
Mhm.
and then those flowers die, and then it leaves into this amazing green.
Oh, wow.
And
Wow.
there's this saying here in Ohio that you will have 3 snows after the forsythia blooms. And sure enough, we had 3 snows after the forsythia bloomed. They weren't very much, but
Yeah.
but it's one. I'd be curious as if people know of other little sayings like that. Um, but it's kind of fun. So, okay. Pamela Batchelor is here. Hello.
Hi, Pamela.
And Deb's fairies love bluebells. That's nice. And I was on a chat on Friday with the Cool Crone, and we were talking about Beltane traditions, and it may have been through Peter's book. If it was through your book, Peter, congratulations. Anime Mundi. And we was talking about the cross-quarter holidays. This is a fire holiday, and it's important because if you saw the smoke and the fire from the town across the way, you knew they made it through the winter.
Oh, yes, that's right.
And I
Yes.
never knew that. So,
Yeah. Yeah, because they have all their resources and, they're able to salvage it and put it to use.
yes.
That makes perfect sense. It's
Lil-
similar to the harvest season when we get to Lunisod, right?
Yes.
We start, um, cultivating and sharing it, putting it back to giving back to others.
Yes.
It goes full circle.
I really like that.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
I find as I am getting deeper into my own spirituality and paying attention to, it's not what I have, it's what I can share
There. Yeah,
oftentimes.
yeah.
So, and Kathy said, Lily of the Valley smell divine. My garden is full of bluebells and forget me nots, which I've never planted. They just magically appear this year.
I'm so jealous everyone has gardens.
Aw,
I can't wait. I have a thing for, well, the name. I have a thing for roses, but since moving to the Pacific Northwest, it's just been an eye full of color here.
mm-hmm.
Excuse me. Lots of tulips,
Oh,
reds, purples, yellows, pinks. So beautiful, tall ones, short ones.
wow.
And of course, daffodils. So when driving around or walking, I've just been seeing an explosion of color in people's yards, and people are pretty big on their yards here. It's a
Yes,
big deal for them to maintain it, especially during the spring. But they've
yes,
been the weather here has just been back and forth. It's been hard for a lot of these flowers to fully bloom because the sun isn't coming out, the
yes,
tulips start closing, and then, we have to kind of wait till the sun comes out, so on and so forth.
absolutely. Hey, Kristen Louise, you'd love a forsythia in your yard, but you kill everything. No, you will not kill forsythia. And what I recommend is you wait till the end of the season, plant the forsythia in the fall and plant them, and then they will do their best and get really strong roots. And forsythia, they're a bush. They go crazy. It may take 3 or 4 years picking up, so it's really cool.
So they're very strong. They're a hardy.
They are very hardy, especially because I did a lot of my stuff for my garden at the end of the year, the end of the growing season,
Mhm.
plant them in the fall and then let
Yeah,
them cope with it. So,
yeah.
here you go. My so-called Xmas cactus flowers at Beltane and Samhain. I love that.
That
Oh,
works.
so much fun. Yeah. We are in St. Louis
Mm.
area. Anything grows after April. And then,
Ah, Hypnocities from the Pacific Northwest too, I just saw.
yes,
Hi.
there is here is North Carolina. There is blackberry winter indicating the snow when the blackberries are in bloom. Oh,
Mm.
okay. So,
Actually, you know what, Gerald? Because everyone's talking about flowers and whatnot.
yes,
Um, let me let me jump away for a minute because I want to
sure.
bring back something to show you. So I'll be right back.
Sure. I'm just going to catch up.
Yeah.
Peter said our apples are almost ready to bloom. Yes, and I would imagine, Peter, didn't you get another bee hive? So Ah, Linda Day Gonzalez is here. Hello.
Ah, Spirit. No, 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 no.
And I love it. I'm picturing hearing Vanessa Redgrave in Camelot this morning. I actually sent my good friend the Lusty Month of May, sung by Julie Andrews. He's like going, thank you for that. And he's like going, and thank you for sending the Julie Andrews version. So,
That's
yeah,
hilarious.
we really did make it another year. So, and then, oh,
Wow.
Ren is working and lurking. Good to
Okay.
see you, Ren.
Hi, Ren.
So, also here in New York or in North Carolina, there is a correlation in the number of fog days to the number of snows we had. No snow this past winter at
Mm.
all, and I don't recall any foggy days either. See, I love these little stories.
Yeah,
You know, these little
patterns.
tales and the patterns. I think that's so true.
Yeah.
And
It looks like it's right across the board, Gerald. A lot of people are not getting like a full spring,
yeah,
or at least warming wise, temperature wise.
yeah,
I've I lightheartedly joke that I wonder if our coasts are switching climates. The East Coast has been warming up a bit,
yeah.
and maybe the West Coast will start getting, the cooler weather, like the snowstorms that hit Cali and
Hmm.
whatnot. So,
Gardens of Roses in Aberdeen.
ooh, yeah. Oh, that sounds
I
beautiful.
smell roses when my grandmother is nearby.
Mhm.
Yep. We drive or walk by gardens in the Pacific Northwest too, Aimee. It's so beautiful. Yeah.
Look forward to when these roses start blooming here.
I love it.
Mhm.
It's impossible to kill forsythia. So, and yeah, the Tulip Festival. Yes, the Tulip Festival didn't get to happen last year due to the weather. Ah,
There's one here. It's in its last week. I'm gonna go to it before some rains hit later on. Hi, Hypnocity.
and
I'm in Oregon. So Linwood, are you in Washington State or is Linwood in Oregon? I'm not too familiar with all the cities in Oregon.
a dogwood winter usually falls during late April and early May, right around the time the dogwood trees start blooming. Farmers knew it wasn't safe to plant their crops until after the dogwoods bloomed. Oh, I love that.
Yeah. Farmer's Almanac. Gotta
Yes,
see that.
I picked up a farmer's almanac, and I need to start reading it
Yeah.
regularly. And we also have our first batch of wild
Oh,
ducklings. Ah, yeah.
where are the Watts located, Gerald?
They are in Wisconsin, I believe. Is that correct?
Okay. So
So,
the middle of the states. Wow.
yeah. Linda said, prune your roses when the forsythia blooms. And Jackie Jacaranda is here. Hi, Jackie.
Hi,
Good to
Jackie.
see you. We especially love the cherry blossom.
Oh, yes. Do you have cherry blossoms over there in
We
Ohio?
do, but
Okay.
I don't have any near me. And
Okay.
and Nancy Paper Moon Tarot is
Nancy,
here,
hello.
and Linda bringing it full circle with the gardening tips. I'm learning so much. Yeah, I think it's great.
I gotta throw something because this is all like a segue.
Yes,
You got to have this deck.
magical
Got to
botanical oracle.
You got to have this deck.
Okay.
It talks about it's on my channel. It talks about some of the more powerful botanicals that are used in magic.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's henbane and hellebore. Hellebore is, I believe, I always get hellebore and henbane mixed up. I think henbane is the flower that is known here in Oregon. Um, and then someone mentioned about bleeding hearts.
Uh-huh.
Um, that's one of the flowers that's represented here. But here, I'll show you what I'm talking about. Just really quick. I'm not going to do a plug.
No, you're fine. I mean, this is
Um,
great.
this is one of the cards here.
Oh, that's pretty.
Yeah, and you can use the properties of the planets. Here we go, the planets. Um, there are also symbols here. We have the skull
Okay.
to show that it could be uh, dangerous if not used in the right manner.
Mm-hmm.
Um, this just won me. Look at
Oh
this.
my gosh.
This is the rose. So this is by Maxine Miller and Christopher Penczak. You know Christopher Penczak.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
Maxine Miller's a graphic artist who is now in Oregon, but she's originally from Los Angeles. And sure, this is her artwork. This is the design of
I
her
love
work.
that. Wow.
Beautiful, beautiful imagery.
That
And
is.
so um, I was trying to. Tony was on the fence about getting this deck, and she says she didn't know how she felt about it. And then
Mm-hmm.
Antoinette from Tarot and Jewelry,
Mm-hmm.
and then she sent me a message like a month or two ago saying that she wants to get the deck.
Ah,
It's
okay.
very powerful. Here's Bleeding Hearts. Look at
Oh,
this.
I love those illustrations.
Yeah.
Those are really charming.
She used to do a lot of costume illustrations as well. So that's why we see
Oh,
such intricacies with the details of the cards. But
that's amazing.
oh, and camellias. These are very popular here.
Oh yeah.
Japanese flowers. Anyhow, I had
No,
to
I
throw
think
that
that's
in
great.
since we're
And what's
talking
the
about
name of
cards.
that deck again?
This is the Magical Botanical Oracle.
Okay.
You see it
Magical
right there?
Botanical Oracle.
Yeah.
That's great.
And it came out last November.
Okay.
It's
Wow.
pretty new.
I love that. And I think, and it is one of those things, and I give credit to Candy Soul and Soil
Yes.
and Peter J. Watts for helping me pay attention in a new way to what's going on outside and in the soil and paying attention to the trees, because it's just one of those things that I knew stuff was going on, but I wasn't engaging with it
Mhm.
in any way. And Jamie, Wandering Mountain Bardic Path, and I did a book casual with Peter about his new book, and it's one of those things that I really was invigorated with. The just do something small, doesn't
Yeah.
need to be huge. It's just do something.
Yeah.
It's so incredible. So
Can you talk just very briefly about Peter's book? Because it sounds of interest.
Anime Mundi,
Okay.
Dialogues with Earth, and it is
Okay.
a beautiful mix of science, personal experiences, shamanic insight, and overall encouragement. And you can
I know.
tell my
Yeah.
and just some great ways to do things without being invasive or harming the soil and the earth around you.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
and
I will look for that.
yeah, and
Oh,
so and I did get
yes.
his the oracle deck for the oracle of the Anime Mundi, and those are on his website, and so it's just
Okay.
lovely. It's just for lack of it's one of those things. It's small, but and now I'm excited. I'm like going.
Especially,
I'm just getting my hands in the soil and
yeah.
enjoy.
Yeah. When do
So
you want to finish your garden?
I since it's so chilly out, I may do a I still have to figure this out. I need to do a reading about what my focus is going to be for the month of May, and I may do something. Yeah, I may for May. I might do something in my garden every day. Just do a little bit of something, whether it be pull weeds,
Yes.
rearrange stuff,
Yeah.
put my hands on
Yeah.
on trees. So
When I was up in the mountains, there was definitely something to be said about that back lot that I had because once a year, it was required to do weed abatement, especially up in the mountains for fire prevention. So I had a large lot and I was there. I didn't have a mower because it was at a slant. I mean, you could still get one, but I didn't. And I spent a month literally with my hands pulling out weeds throughout that
Oh,
entire lot. And it was very cathartic too, because any tension or anything that I had to release was just like, but also it's the strenuous activity of pulling these these
yes.
weeds and getting it done
Very
and
much so.
going through the entire lot. But when I finished and you look at the work that was done, it's a clean lot. It was
That's
definitely
incredible.
worth it.
I love that.
Yeah.
Oh, and Nancy mentioned plenty of blooming to kick off my husband's hay fever.
Yeah.
And Linda said gardens here in Vancouver last year were all
So,
abysmal. Two of the peppers on my balcony actually died. I haven't killed a plant for decades. Oh my gosh. So, and I'm going to be, Beth said, I'm going to be planting creeping rosemary and moss rose. Ooh,
what's moss rose?
I don't know what moss rose is.
Oh, I got to bring most of the people here in the chat over here. We need to have a conversation
There you go. There you
about
go.
all the gardening.
And so my,
Yes, I know that, Linda. Sorry,
what did
sorry,
I say?
Gerald.
No, it's okay. Um, okay, where are we? I'm lost in the chat. This is so fun.
You are Twisted Sushi. Sushi.
Twisted sushi.
My readings in older locals.
Are say the weather is weird because nature is returning to her natural cycles. These same patterns were happening years ago. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And up, yes, try again, Linda. Keep showing up.
Yeah. That's
So,
the one thing too that I'm learning when I've gone to these gardening centers. They're like, it's basically trial and error. You can start and do everything that you feel is the best uh, to nurture that plant or that flower, and it may not grow the way that you want it. So, it may take a year or two for it to get to where you want it.
yeah.
So that's the test there for gardening is patience.
Mary said, I lived in Ohio most of my life, and this is the first season my daffodils in full bloom in February, now cold and rainy. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
Jackie said,
that's interesting. Everyone's getting backward weather here.
yeah. Yeah. So, Aimee, if you're close to Portland, you have to go to the Portland International Rose Garden, Jonathan said.
I'm in Portland, Jonathan. I know about the rose garden. I cannot wait for it to be in full bloom.
Yeah. Look like it's about an hour drive north for me. Weekday is the
Yeah,
time to go. Yeah.
I'm gonna
Yep.
go.
Wisconsin. That's how far back I am. Okay.
Okay.
Sorry, getting caught up. And I live in a neighborhood of grand old weeping cherries. They are magnificent. And oh, yes, Nancy is in Washington. We don't have our new baby deer yet, soon, but we do get bobcat.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh, a bobcat. Okay.
Nancy, did you get the warm weather the last few days? Because that's probably where that bobcat came out.
So, and I did post your channel. All Aimee's channel is linked below.
Thank
So
you, Gerald.
you're welcome. Oh, I love it. Just sub to Aimee. Aimee's good. That's been my experience.
Thanks.
So I've always wanted to find authentic flying ointment, but I don't know any men who makes it. I believe it is made with henbane.
Yeah, I think, Kristen, the reason why it's hard to find some of these concoctions is because of the toxicity. Even if you touch it with your hands, it could burn. And so I think you know, you're going to have to do some research, but I know there's people there who work with those properties and they know how to carefully create things for magic. But it is, it could be also illegal in some places because of that, because of the poisonous nature of it.
Okay, moss rose is a blooming ground cover. Bees love it. It can grow in almost any soil or rock. Okay.
I need to see what these things look like,
Yeah,
though.
it's curious. And Peter said, purslane is also known as portuca. It's a succulent.
So I'm guessing it's thick. Now I'm going to have to look at this. I'm
Yeah, it's
still
weird.
here. I'm just going to type in
No,
moss
that's good.
rose.
And Twisted Sushi said, I meant because the weather in Oregon is changed up so much. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
now gray and stuff.
and Nancy did say we did get warmer weather, and bobcats don't seem to be concerned to humans, to be a concern to humans.
Okay. That's good.
Kindness and Light, Lisa asked, where do you buy your herbs for spell jars? I usually go to a local witchy shop if you're lucky to have one. And then there's several places online. The name escapes me, but I would encourage you to consider getting something that's organic. And so I can't remember, Lisa. If you send me an email, I might be able to remember and send something to you. So
There's also places online, but so I don't know. I always like to get stuff like that at the store itself in person, so you could see the energy of the store and
yeah.
know where it's coming from.
Yes, and that's where, because some of the places I get it, my high priestess gets them from there. So if she gets them from there, they have to be pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay. So this must be an older crowd. We've been talking about the weather this entire time. Well,
It's also, Beltane,
it is.
it's fertility and growth and stuff. So.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh my gosh.
That's
So,
funny bad.
and not working for me. It's not working. Deanne put the link in to the book and it's not working.
If you type in, if you do a search, Maxine Miller, Maxine Miller, Miller, and type in Magical Botanical Oracle.
Yeah.
Sorry, me and my plastic wrap on things.
Okay.
You'll find where to buy it.
Yeah.
Through her website. And I think Christopher has it on his website. I'm not certain.
Oh, okay. Aimee doesn't have the link to Peter's book. And Peter, you're a mod. If you want to put in your website, that would be great.
Yeah.
Hershey found the your book. It's on Amazon,
Yeah.
or the Zon of Amma.
Bananarama.
Banana. Oh my gosh! I heard recently they had a new album coming out, or they had
Oh,
a new
wow.
album come out. So,
can we not be surprised? Our genre is starting to do retro, like, I don't know.
well, let me tell you, when I worked in the audio visual department and they classified 80s music as oldies, I went off the rails for a bit. I was like, what do you mean 80s is,
Yeah.
It was like, oh my gosh. So
Yeah.
Here's the link I included above directly, artist website, the Magical Botanical. Okay.
Excellent.
Here's an interesting question. I wonder what the most summary deck people have. What is the most summary deck? Summary deck. I want to see what people are saying too. Wow.
Probably the Vision Quest.
Mm-hmm.
It's indigenous and it has a lot of solar fiery energy for me.
Yeah.
It has a lot of sun and moon energy. It's a deck that I came across last year when I was in New Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
Really like that deck. It's probably the most summery. The other one would be, and I haven't worked with it in a while. That's why I cannot think of it. It's right here, Nature Spirit Tarot.
Oh, I
Um,
don't think I know that one.
you know it. It's been a while.
Okay. I know it. It's been a while. Okay.
Here, you'll. I think you were saying, or maybe it was Jonathan.
Okay. I
Oh, it
don't,
doesn't ring a bell.
it doesn't. I mean, I
Oh,
have the Vision Quest, but
yeah.
the Nature Spirit. Wow.
This is. Sorry, it's a heavy, it's a thick deck.
Yeah.
Um, there's a smaller version of this deck. This deck I should be bringing out about now, but because we haven't been getting the seasons, so we
Yeah.
have all these.
Oh, that's nice. Oh, gosh.
So this is another deck that deals with flowers and animal spirits. And
Uh-huh.
the book is, oh, here we go. Here we go. So it makes reference to, I don't know if you can see there. So here's Five of Wands,
Mhm.
and this is amethyst,
Uh-huh.
and it's wrapped around with Roman chamomile. So
Oh,
the book goes into the breakdown of the use of the flowers, the herbs,
hmm,
the animal energy
yeah.
in each of the cards. It's a beautiful deck, and there is a smaller version of it. Um, and I can't remember the name of the company that you can get the smaller version from, but it's
Hmm.
very it's
Candy
very
said I bought that for myself for
ah,
Christmas. So,
excellent, Candy.
and
Candy, you need to get this.
the magical
Yeah,
botanical oracle.
yeah, you need to get this.
Yeah. Vision go Calla Lizzie said the Vision
Yeah,
Quest has beautiful summer palette, and the
awesome.
Tarot de Saint Croix. I need to pull that one out.
By
Back
Lisa. Oops, no,
and
no, no, spirit.
Mystic Fairies is quite spring summery, says Kathy. And Beth said, today I'm working with the fairy deck for Beltane, also working with Dreams of Gaia and my standard fantasy garden. And I
Yeah.
just picked up the Fantasy Garden Tarot. Have
Ah,
you seen this one?
I have not.
Okay. So this is not a flip through or anything like that, but the images, they're on glossy paper, so you may not be able to see them very well. But they were created using eight different colored ballpoint pens.
Oh, wow.
So
Wow.
really, really amazing, and all the
Wow.
hash marking and the line work,
Wow.
really,
What
really
a
beautiful.
what a different feel it gives with the
Yes,
ballpoint, the texture.
yes, and very much. This is one of those, Aimee, that I like when tarot decks take me to a place, and this has its own feel, this
Wow.
own environment, the
Yeah,
rain, the environment. So, but yeah, and here's the backs.
like that, the compass.
Yeah, so it's very pretty.
Wow.
So,
I have to commend people, artists who take the time and they like the pointillism. Pointillism just boggles my mind
oh yeah,
when they're just like this. And they're stippling
oh
all around.
yes, and
So time consuming.
Nancy said I don't have it, but the Stunning Tarot by Jonas Joss is so red. I think it's summery. Um, I'm working with Tara de Saint Croix too. Do you have the border? Okay. And Chrysalis Tarot summary.
By Tony Brooks.
And okay, hold on. Just getting caught up. It really is good. It really is good. The Truth Seekers Tarot, Debbie is using, and I have both actually. Okay, that's the So there's that, and it's a great deck. So I just picked it up.
It's new.
Yeah, it's new, and it's one of those. I got it because I was the images that people were showing me. I was just like, "Ooh, that's good," and then I'm just like going, "Okay, now I want to see it." So I was able to find it. So it's a Ukrainian artist.
Okay.
So
Okay, thank you.
yeah, and oh yes, and then Bonefire is a lovely summer deck, yes, but maybe more midsummer than Beltane. I could see that. And did I see Orshi was popped in?
Yep.
Yep, Orshi. Hi, Orshi.
Hi.
So it's okay. You're doing the things that you need to do. Um, so and Candy, Soul, and Soil. Just uh, watching your gardening video.
Yeah.
Essence of summer for me. Yeah, that is true.
All the
That is.
gardening.
Here you go. The Shining Tribe this month with the Elemental Power Tarot.
Are these new decks, Gerald?
The Shining Tribe is the Rachel Pollack. So
Okay.
that one has been around a while. This came out, I believe, last year. No, this year, 2023.
Okay.
So, and Light Seers, or she said, Green Witch. I love this. Green Witch. Lots of curves.
Yeah. Know of that one.
These are smoky quartz. This is a
From Jonathan?
No, this is
No.
I bought it from somebody local, and it just makes me happy. And it's one of those things, when I saw it, I was like going, I'm powerful enough to wear that. I'm like going, yeah. So I have actually learned that there are certain times that I shouldn't wear it because it connects me a little too much, and if I'm not well grounded, it gets me a little crazy.
Can I see that someday, please?
Oh my
I'll wear
God.
my crazy thing too.
Yeah.
I have a necklace sort of like that. It's
Mhm.
made out of that. What's that clay? Fimo? You put
Yes.
in
Yes.
a friend of mine made this decades ago. I don't know if it still can do this. She used the clay that glows in the dark. So you have to put light to it and then, activate it. And then I haven't worn it in decades,
Oh
but
my.
when I got it, she gifted it to me, and it has like skull bones, not skull bones. It has bones, and then it has little skulls in between. I was so
So
enamored with
cute.
that.
I love that.
I liked it so much I didn't want to wear it.
Oh,
It's like,
Debbie
oh,
Aquarius Owl is here. Yeah,
like,
smoky quartz is one that's good for me. And I actually had some friends. I commissioned some bracelets that had clear quartz on black leather, double points, a bracelet, and then I had them do a smoky quartz by Nancy. And so I like to use those because sometimes I just want to up my game and just be a little crazy. So
they're
it's fun.
so charged though that way.
Yeah. Oh, it's great.
Yeah.
Especially if I'm pulling up energy or if I need to do some cleansing.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Sufi Tarot will be a summer deck for me, and the Tarot of the Dragons. Okay. I have been enjoying the Ink Witch Tarot, which just last week, I think it was last week, had a nice deck conversation with the creator Eric Maley. And I've also been reading with the Aimee Oracle. Are you familiar with that one?
I'm not. You could go ahead and show me. I want to see.
Of
I'm not
course.
buying decks. I'm not buying decks. So I'm pretty content, but I'm always happy to see what's out there.
Yeah. This is by Amanat. This is the Aimee Oracle. And these are goddess or Orisha from Africa. And so here's the back of it. And then
Nice.
so it's
Ooh,
beautiful, beautiful images and a great little book. I have Amina coming back on in a couple of weeks to do another Laugh and
rising.
Learn Orisha Part 2. And so it's just really, really powerful. I mean,
Wow. I like the color palettes.
yeah, the color
Wow.
palette is gorgeous.
Wow.
So,
You know, as art school students, right?
yeah, we're both like, and there's, I think, two different artists that create, two or three different,
Oh, wow.
really powerful.
Wow. Can you
Really,
can you show that one again? I
this one?
want to just make sure I'm seeing what I'm seeing. So she is above and below water,
Yep. Yeah.
the protector.
Yeah. So it's really wonderful.
Wow, I like that.
Yeah.
I like
So
that.
this one's been really powerful. And I see Richie. Happy Beltane to
Hi.
you. And Richie was actually live at watching the sunrise at the well.
Beltane.
So it's like holy mackerel. So it's like wow. Okay. Who did I miss? Yeah, they're really gorgeous. So in a couple of weeks, Amanat will be back, and looking forward to that. And Maruda said, "I have the African Goddess Rising Oracle."
Mm.
Ah, okay. I probably missed other people. Kathy did say, "I have the Herb Crafter's Tarot, but I can't really read it intuitively, sadly. But I love it, so I tend to use it more like an oracle."
Mm. There's no right or wrong,
Yeah,
you know.
because I think it's one of those things that I have been enjoying doing deep dives with decks, and
Mhm.
partially because if I'm doing a deck casual, I want to have worked with the deck for a while.
Yeah.
Um, and then like Jamie and I, for instance, we read Peter's book together. Jamie read all of Peter's book. I read majority of it. I didn't read. Now I'm an underachiever. She's an overachiever. So, and I would say that to her if she wasn't there. If she was here,
She'll make a comment when
she
she's
will totally make a comment. And it's her birthday, so there you go.
Oh, it is.
And
Yeah, the Taurus.
so, but it's been one of those things that sitting down with a deck, it's like your 72-hour deck challenge.
Yeah.
It's like sitting down with it and going, okay, how are we going to work together? What do you have to tell me? What can I learn from you? What can I teach you?
Yeah.
Because I think we can teach decks things
Okay.
as well. So, and
I got a question to ask you.
yes.
How do you feel with a deck that you've been working with for a while? Okay. And it stops speaking to you. And you
Hmm.
put it aside.
Hmm.
Okay. And months, not so much weeks, but months, maybe even years, you go back to that deck, it starts speaking to you again. How do you feel from when you were working with it last to where you were? Because I had the longest, I shouldn't say dry spell, but the longest spell I had away from tarot was a decade. And that's a chunk of time
Hmm.
for all shifts and whatever to go about with someone. So with you, how do you feel with something like that? If it's been a long time.
When it's been a long time, and usually it's like catching up with an old friend,
Mhm.
and I need a couple of days or a couple of weeks to figure out how each of us have grown since we last worked together.
Mhm.
And oftentimes I'm the one who has changed a lot because I can hear things differently
Yeah.
that the deck was presenting to me,
Yeah.
and less, it's more of a comfortable dance rather than an awkward dance.
Yeah, because you've been familiar with it, but now it's like you were saying, it's like seeing someone that you haven't seen in a long time.
Yes.
And it's nice when that energy flows when you've picked up where you left off from 10,
Mhm.
15 years ago.
Yes.
Sometimes it could be getting reacquainted with
Mhm.
someone that you once knew but is now a stranger, and you have to kind of work through
Mhm.
all those new things that are coming up. It's like, how come I feel I'm a stranger to this deck? Yeah, I've worked with it.
Uh-huh. Oh, here's an interesting question. Did you ever ask why the silence if they stopped talking?
Oh,
No.
no.
And for
No.
me it's like it's the sense of I just need to go away for a while, and
Yeah.
it's just a nice little break.
Hmm.
So,
I think also too, it could be the way that the deck's saying, yes, I'm going to pick up from your answer. Um, it's a timeout, and it's time for you to put what you've learned with the deck to work.
mhm,
Apply it to whatever you are doing during that time. So that 10 years, I was working. That's primarily why I stopped. And there were moments where the decks would sometimes say, "Hey, remember us?"
and Candy said, LOL, just me who holds a grudge then. There are decks that are just too they're too blunt for me.
Barbara Walker.
Yes, you
We
have a
love
good
her
brain.
though.
I do, but it's, yeah, and so sometimes it's just like, you know what? I'm going to go over here. I'm going to sit at a different table for lunch with other. So
I'm going to sit with the feminine energy for a while and move away from the masculine energy of this deck.
yeah, yeah. Uh, Beth asked a question. Said, Aimee, I used the Witch's Tarot exclusively for years. She helped me
Yeah.
through my divorce. When I got her out again after years, she felt incredible in my hands.
Wow.
I cried, "Aw."
That was me for the not Dreams of Gaia. Oh, it's a deck that I worked with for the longest time, and I stopped. It's by Chira Marchetti. Gilded Tarot. The
Oh,
Gilded Tarot was the deck that I worked for the longest time.
mhm.
And I put it out of commission because it holds, that's the one.
This is the Royale. So this is
Oh,
the
not the Royale.
borderless.
Yeah, it's not the Royale, the Gilded Tarot.
Mhm.
And I've decided that I will not be working with that deck again because there's so much energy that that deck walked me through.
Mhm.
And it's such a personal deck. I will not read with it with anyone because
Wow.
it has such a history.
Mhm.
It's like a stepmom or a step.
Yeah.
My tarot decks are family to me, and
Mhm.
so they hold different energies.
Yeah.
So maybe the Gilded Tarot is like the grandma.
Mm.
She put me through all of this, and grandma passed away, and I put her away.
Yeah.
That's the memories that I had and what I learned from it. I journaled a lot from
Oh.
that deck too.
Mhm.
So
Yeah. Deanne said I used Gilded early on
yeah,
for in-person readings. Lots of awesome messages. Yeah.
yeah.
And oh yeah, here you go. Calaliza said, yeah, if you don't really want to hear the answer, don't ask Barbara Walker.
That's right, Lizzie.
Don't ask
Yeah,
Barbara Walker, and that's okay because we all need friends like that.
yes,
So
yes.
thank you, Pia.
Pia, thank you. Oh boy.
sometimes I get too comfortable with a deck and assume I know it's going to say before I even pull a card. I have a break from it, and it feels renewed. Yeah.
That's another thing too. If you do a deck and it feels like it's giving you answers that you, not that you don't want to hear, but it's maybe something that you already know, maybe move to another deck.
Yeah.
Maybe it's that comfortableness.
Mm-hmm. Oh, or Anna K. Don't ask the Anna K.
Okay.
That Anna K feels more autumnal for me. So, and I like having some decks that are just for me, never for anyone else.
Mhm.
I am a firm believer
Yeah.
in personal decks.
Yeah. Hands down.
I don't have the Barbara Walker's Oracle. I didn't know there was a Barbara Walker's Oracle.
I don't think. Wait, I'm trying to remember if her son made mention that she did do a deck, but it's not. I think she may have done an Oracle deck.
Yeah. I don't know. That's crazy.
Huh. Okay.
That's crazy. So, well, Aimee, we are at an hour.
Okay.
Can you believe it? It's like, and what's great is all of this nice conversation about catching up with friends. It's like, I mean, this is exactly what it's been like. It's been,
Yeah.
thank you. It's
Yes, of course.
wonderful. And do you feel like pulling a card for people
I
for
do.
a collective?
I do.
Let's do that.
Well, I think Linda put in a question. Do you want to do the readings first and then?
Okay. When you do personal readings, do you have the sitter shuffle or pull the cards, or do you do it all yourself?
I do it all myself.
It depends. I usually do it by myself. I usually do it myself. It depends because sometimes, I'll just say it. Sometimes I don't want people's energy in my deck.
Mm-hmm.
I'm okay with reading for them, but other times it's like, no. It's like,
Yeah.
It's the I Ching of the goddess.
Okay.
So, yeah. So, oh yeah, this did go by fast. So,
Let's see. I have 2 decks here.
okay.
And let's see here. I brought these 2 down because I was going to say if we do readings, I have to decide and feel which one. Let's do this one because I haven't worked with her for a while. Okay.
Linda did say, same here. I'm picky about who touches my cards. And okay, here's the plug for tomorrow. I have Tarot the Stashway, how we prepare for readings. And so that is tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern. And that is with Medium Betsy Palmer, Jane the Secret Tarot, and Purple Elephant Deb H.
Okay.
And we all do different types of readings. So it'll be interesting to find out the things we do.
Okay.
So, and Candy said, I don't like people touching my cards either. I have some that are very public, and then others I'm like going, get your hands off of it.
Yeah. It's like they're touching your family member.
Yes. It's just like, no touch. This is, it's like, coming from a big family, nobody eats food off of my plate because you don't have that food. So
I think I came across a discussion somewhere where people are saying if you don't like someone touching your cards, you have some problems. And it's just like, no, it's just maybe I'm protective. I don't know. I think I like to protect my energy if I'm doing a reading. It's like here's the deck. You want a marker? Go ahead and mark on the deck. Nah.
Yeah. Oh,
Nah.
I have done that recently. I have my Witch's Wisdom.
Yes.
I actually, on my Witch's Wisdom, I
Yes.
read this with a couple of friends and we studied it, and so I picked out and put keywords on it based upon what was in the book. It was really helpful.
Yeah.
So
I like the rituals that she puts in there.
Oh, they're so amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Mama Bear with the energy on my cards. Yeah, that
Hmm.
makes perfect sense.
Like I said, they're like family.
Yeah. When people say, then you have a problem, that's a problem. Yeah, I think they're the ones who maybe have some things they could pay attention to.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
don't judge people and don't pose your values onto someone else.
Yeah. So much knowledge gained. Thank you for sharing y'all energy with us. I'm very stingy with my tools, so I can relate. I even named some of mine. The bond is like an arm or a leg of mine. Well, yeah, and it's like I have learned, especially being in a coven and all of the tools are private. I never touch a tool. If when we're cleaning up, if it's not mine, I
Yeah.
don't touch it because that it's your energy. So
Well, I like also too when you do readings for people like in the larger event circumstances. Um, if I have 3 decks, some of them even ask, can I touch the deck that I like to use? And I
mhm.
just kind of gauge the person and I go, you could tap it, you know.
Yeah.
And that's probably as far as it'll go.
Candy said, plus the first reading I ever did for a friend, she grabbed the deck off me and told me she had to shuffle it. I was horrified, put me off anybody getting near. I yeah.
I don't think that doesn't sound like a Sagittarius, though. That doesn't sound like Sagittarius candy.
I bought a tarot deck from a store and I was curious and the person behind the counter said, "Oh, I've been interested in seeing this." So I opened the deck. Excuse me. I opened the deck and I said, "Well, here, look at it." And he was like, "No, I'm not allowed to touch. I'm not allowed to touch somebody else's decks." And I'm like, "I've given you permission. It's
Yeah,
okay. It's
yeah,
always a good idea to ask if you can
yeah,
do that." And the guy told me that somebody at one point he touched somebody's decks and the person went ballistic because their teacher was saying nobody else can touch your cards. So it's like, okay, everybody has their own rituals and crazy ideas.
yeah.
And by the way, look who's here. Tony is here.
Tony.
We were talking about you.
Yeah, tall stories, Tony. Mm-mm-mm.
Yep, you'll just have to watch back because we're not going to
Yeah.
tell you. So,
Love you, Tony.
yeah. Thank you for the mention, by the way, Tony. I appreciate that. So, and okay, so Jonathan says, I shuffle the deck and then have the person I'm reading for cut the deck.
Okay.
Seen that? Yep. Yep. That's what,
I respect whatever way,
yeah.
just full disclosure, I respect whatever way people, you know,
Sagittarius Scorpio cusp.
okay.
So,
Poor Scorpio.
so I am I'm saving up some money to have Michelle Marie do my
Say it.
charts
Say
for
it.
me.
Yay.
Yes, yes,
Yay.
yes.
Yay.
But I'm still I think Michelle knows me enough to be able to help me with the AM or PM because
Yeah.
it's not known exactly what
She'll have to rectify your chart and
yeah,
she'll know how
yeah.
to do it.
So,
She'll
but
know
I'm
how to
looking
do it.
forward to that. So, and Tony said the fifth element arrived. Thank you,
Okay.
Aimee. There you go.
Excellent.
There you go. All right. What deck are you using for this gym
Okay.
for people?
I like that buy time. Thank you for doing that.
You're
So
welcome.
I'm going to work with.
Oh, I love that deck.
So decide to do this.
There you go. I am actually using the Radical Abundance cards.
Okay.
This is by actually, I think he's in
look
Portland.
look at it.
Radical Abundance.
I'm sorry.
It's like perfect.
I went to an aquarium shop yesterday and there were these frogs. I can't remember the name of
Mhm.
them. And they're really tiny. And that creature that's on the box is one of the poses that the
Yeah.
It's like
See it now.
swimming. Yeah, like that. And so when I saw that, it
Yeah.
just sent me back.
And this just makes me radically happy. It's so
Oh,
so
man.
helpful. So and Jonathan
Oh,
said I definitely have personal decks and public decks.
yes.
Yes. So
Okay.
sort of as we go.
Okay.
All right.
Now I'm getting these images. I'm getting the image of Garfield that you see that's on the cars that they attach to the cars, and it looks like
Yep.
he's laid out on the windows.
Yeah. Yeah. Silver Lady 1111. I mean, that is hilarious. It's like plat. It's like, oh my gosh. Yeah.
I'm
So,
sorry. I'm sorry.
okay, so we're doing just a general read for the collective, and
Okay.
I'm going to go first. If is that
Go for
okay?
it, please, because I'm still laughing.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
No, don't. Please don't. My eyes are shut. I don't
What
want to
are they
see.
really shut? Okay. I
Good
want to have a
morning,
sticker.
everyone.
This would be really good on a sticker for for me to drink with. It's like, yeah, it's a grasshopper on the windshield.
Yeah. Put it on the bottom of your cup, Gerald.
Oh my gosh, yes. I love that. Hey, Hershey, join me tonight. I'm on Dragonfly Crystals for readings. We'll be able to do some there.
Okay.
So, all right. So I
Okay.
pulled 3 Radical Abundance cards, and they tell a beautiful little story. So the
Okay.
first card is Rest. And here's an important thing to remember is that I don't think all of us are getting the rest that we genuinely need.
Yeah.
And by rest, I'm not necessarily meaning sleep. I'm meaning downtime, time to where we're not having to do something like unplug and disconnect, because inspiration is right around the corner. And I honestly think when we rest, that we can see that inspiration more clearly. And by the way, I wish I had a mustache like that. That is completely awesome. I mean, and I could probably figure out a wand like that too. But because when we are paying attention and we see inspiration, or perhaps we are inspiration, we're able to spread positivity around, because there needs to be a balance of that. We're coming out of the winter and we're seeing the light and warmth and positivity really manifests. I'm a firm believer that what we think about and what we do is what we get more of.
Yes.
And so, and I'm not talking that toxic positivity crap. I'm talking about taking a moment, realizing where we are, and then what is something that's good that we can get out of this. This is, it's like, this is really hurting my back digging in the soil like this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm remembering the long range goal. It's like, okay, this little work now is going to have big payoff in the end. So, yeah, even the illustrations are cute. I mean, I have a flip through of this, and Jamie and I did a deck casual on this. Purchase responsibly, know your limits. So, and actually, Jamie and we were having so much fun doing this live, talking about this deck, Aimee. We were, because we got it, and I was just like, oh my gosh, she's like, let's do a deck casual with it. I'm like, okay. Well, I set it up wrong in StreamYard, and it didn't send out the notification that we were live. So it was just the two of us giggling and having a good time talking about this deck. And it's like, oh, and Linda's like, it was a hilarious live.
Oh my God.
Because it's so good, because Okay,
Funny.
everybody, here I am. I'm on my soapbox. Um, which actually smells really good. Um, but it's one of these things is that when we can link it together, get rest to find inspiration and project positivity is so they work really well. Okay, you're up.
Okay. Ah, okay, so the wild unknown, 3 cards that I have here. Lots of swords. So, first card that I got here, this is our focus, the world.
Ah.
When is this never a focus for anyone, right?
Mhm.
The world is accomplishments, things that have been done. A lot of the readings I've been doing recently, they've been very goal oriented,
Mhm.
getting to where we want to be.
Yes.
I'm listening to myself, and I feel like I'm a broken record because it's coming up over and over again. Um, but also finding inspiration in this. Okay,
Oh, yes.
even though things are where things are right now, we need to also see, in connection to Gerald's reading, we need to find the good in all the struggles that are going on right now. The world is a influential place for us in many ways, negative and positive. We will never forget our environment, where we are, who we interact with, and whatnot. So, with this reading here, with this card in particular, let's just stay focused on where and what we want to do. In spite
Mhm.
of what's going on around the world, I really wish that we could just turn off, or like there was no news. Okay, just like for like 2 weeks we get the
Yeah.
news and
My
that's about
gosh,
it.
yes.
We don't need to hear it every few hours or whatnot. This would
Mhm.
allow us as a collective to focus on things that will let us grow instead of stunt us. It seems like whenever we hear something going on negative outside, it holds us back even further. So
Mhm.
the world is a very supportive environment to be in, but it's how you perceive it, what you do with it, where you take it. The other card I have here, very strong here. There's a lot of um, shifting of perception here. I have the Father of Swords here.
Mm.
Okay, so this is someone very powerful with the way that they see things, the way that they speak, the way that they deliver information. This could be someone who is authoritative. It could also be you. It could be yourself. That this card of the Father of Swords is challenging you. The sword is seen as a tool to be used to cut through the core of things, getting down to the root. So if you're in a situation where you need to have some inspiration and understand a situation in a different way, the Father of Swords is the best way to use that energy.
Yes.
Perceive, look at the situation from a different point of view, okay, instead of the way that you normally see it. And listen to what's going on. Listen to insights that you're getting.
Mhm.
See how things have been developed and what you can do differently from it.
Mhm.
Okay, next, Four of Swords.
Oh,
Okay, so we are looking.
yeah.
This is a time of, this is oh, the word just came into my head and I just lost it. This is vulnerability.
Mhm.
Okay, these are challenges that could weaken us. We are in a place where we need to be careful of where we are the energy that we're surrounded by,
Mhm.
thoughts, things that people are saying about other things that could affect us. This is a card of sensitivity. Okay.
Mm.
The swords is of intellect, but also it is a sensitive tool. It's something that when words are spoken or things are stated in a certain way can really do harm for us. So I feel right now this is where that we could be right now, very sensitive to things, very vulnerable, excuse me, and just protecting ourselves from this, taking this moment just to be aware of what's going on around us.
Mm-hmm.
Slow down, okay? But also know that whatever is happening around, negative or good, okay, that you have this light, okay, we have this light within us that can move us out of this environment.
Yes.
Okay. Four Swords, the Swords is a heavy suit because it does deal with mental perception and the way that we think and see things. So we have to protect ourselves from those kinds of energies that are happening around us.
Mm. And could the circle on the light on the third eye chakra on the
Yeah.
that could that be the world card?
You can see that as well.
Yeah, very interesting.
Where you pick that up. Because this is a very influential card. The
Uh-huh.
world affects us in so many different ways. It's in us, in here.
Yeah.
We take in from what's happening outside and we internalize it.
Yes. It's
And also the direction, I saw that Kathy pointed that out. It's the direction of the swords. That's why I was saying vulnerability.
Mm-hmm.
But look at this.
Very true. Wow.
We have the power to turn these swords around.
Mm-hmm.
And turning those swords around in the direction that we can use it to be defensive and protective is very, very important.
And also doing our spiritual chores every day will keep us on track.
Mm-hmm.
And we're being called right now to improve the world, even if it's only by thought. Do what we can every day.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be through actions. That's part of it. But if we put this energy out, at a mental, spiritual level, and share it with other people, that energy gets passed down and so on and so forth. It's a lot of work.
it is a lot of work. And it's one of those things that I think that the work can be so rewarding.
Yeah.
Because I'm a firm believer is I like to try to find joy in everything that I do, because it brings an extra oomph to what I'm doing, and I can be joyful about doing hard work.
Yeah.
And from a magical standpoint, I'm putting even more energy into that, and so it's really gratifying.
Yeah, because you're inspired by it. It's motivating you. It's that fire. It's that desire. It's like, I'm
Yes,
excited about this. Let's do
absolutely.
this.
That was beautiful. Thank you.
Wonderful
Wow.
readings. Thank you too, Gerald. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. So everyone, thank you for coming. Aimee, thank you. I appreciate you. I
Thank you,
value
sweetheart.
you.
Much love to you, Gerald.
I I I honor you on your path, and I loved seeing the little pictures of you with Spirit out on his
On
his.
Instagram.
Yeah, that was so cute. So and nice
It
show.
was before this.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, thank you, Red Wing. Thank you, Pamela.
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, it's been
Thank
wonderful.
you.
Hypnocity. Thank you. Just what
Thank
was
you,
needed.
Kathy.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Jonathan said, thoughts create emotion, emotions create action, actions
Mhm.
create reality. So we need to be mindful of our thoughts and willing to change them when they no longer serve.
Yeah,
Yep,
I feel that with this here. Thank
absolutely.
you, Jonathan.
Absolutely. Bye, Tony. So,
Bye, Tony.
all right, everybody, thank you. So, what do you got coming up? What's next on your channel?
Oh, I'm waiting for confirmation. I'm gonna hopefully have a guest. You know me, I don't say anything until a few days before. Just so I know it's gonna be confirmed, then I'll make the announcement. This coming Sunday, I'll have a guest. The theme is going to be astrology related. So not too heavy, but we're going to focus on a certain aspect of astrology that I think is important, and that I don't really hear a lot about. So that's why I approached this person about being a guest. And she has a book that's coming out too. And I think most of the people here don't know who this person is, but hopefully they will embrace what she has to say and take it from there. So the Sunday.
Everybody, like and subscribe. You're going to be able to find out from Aimee what's going on. And the only way you can do that is you can like and subscribe. It's free. I love it.
Support
Yeah.
goes both ways.
Yes. Thank you, Jackie. And yeah, Eclipse Madness in astrology.
Yes.
Lots,
Yeah.
lots.
It's taking a while for me to get to this, stability level here with Taurus, but
Yeah.
working on it.
So, all right. Well, thank you, everyone. We will send you off, and Aimee, we will maybe after this we can figure out when we can be together again.
Yes.
So
Yes, I want to. I want
well,
to.
of course, I want to. This was great.
It's fun.
It was wonderful. All right, everybody. Take care.